get some Zerglings. He will get some Zerglings and some more damage on that Ultralisk. So certainly Reach using the best of his abilities here in his forces. But he is a bit low on resources himself, only mining out of basically 1.5 bases. Chojja at 2 full bases now, and Reach has definitely lost his army advantage. Chojja finally rebuilt his rebuilding a bit of a standing army here, so we are going to see more action here in this game. And perhaps Reach has lost an advantage also. Reach has lost a chance, to take down the game about 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure. It probably wasn't as big of a chance as Chojja had, certainly. But he might have lost a bit of a chance to seal things off. If he had managed to stop both the bases at the upper right, I think Chojja would have been forced to GG at that point. And by the way, there have just been so many epic Zerg versus Protoss games recently. I think that's been just the paradigm recently of where the best games are coming from. And of course, Much vs. Jaedong is on the Viletech account. Tonight we are going to have a live cast of and the Parasite going on that, I think on the Archon or something like that, or is that Spawn Bruling, I'm not sure. Tonight we are going to have Best versus July, and that will be on the Viletech account for you guys who can't watch it live with us at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I really hope I wake up. I may not wake up, and I'll just be kicking myself for days if I can't get up. Usually I do not get up at 4 a.m., so I will have alarm clocks up, though. So Reach not able to pick up another expansion. I think he's tried a couple times to get that upper left expansion, but he hasn't managed to yet. And really, I think that's there's basically 2 expansions left at the upper side. Looks like Chojja actually trying to pick up this expansion on the left side of the map, but I don't think Reach is going to allow it. He's bringing up these Archons and Zealots, and I think they're going to pick off all these forces here. Nice Zealot wall here from Reach. And, yep, this is going to probably pick off all the Zerglings. Whoa, no, actually might not pick off all those Zerglings. Only 1 Archon left, but Reach, nice micro there by Reach, managing to pick him off. And now this hatchery will go down. So Chojja not able to pick up his expansion. Both are just fighting for those last remaining open bases to take up and get those last minerals out. Another epic Zerg versus Protoss, of course, was GG Play versus Stork. Check that out on Viletech. Also Motrap and Combat's dual cast. And shout out to all the new commentators at sc2gg.com. Do click on the new commentators tab in the forums, and you'll see 4 or 5 very, very new and very strong commentators there. Really a lot of interesting stuff there. I don't remember exactly all of their names, so I won't give shout outs because I don't want to miss some people and get some others, but definitely check all of them out. And Shield Batter going for Reach actually at the upper left. He knows that he only has a couple of forces to defend with, so he's going to try to extend their life as much as possible with that battery over there. And what else is going on? Also, check out the round of 4, I believe, is going to be coming. Well, actually, it's a round of 8 right now, still for the GOM TV Amertech Classic with Tasteless, now back from Paris doing the casting again. And Reach somehow managing to send in a Mandalay into Chojja's base, doing a little bit of an eyebrow lift there, like, why'd you let me in? Now just, well, he's going to see everything he needs to. Not that there was too much to see, but chasing those drones out. And now this Hero Zealot is going to get taken out after doing a nice little recon mission. Oh, and he managed to pick off a drone anyway. Nice work by Reach. Hero Protoss Zealot there, managing to stay alive. Wow. And this Zealot's still alive, so Reach, man, throwing a tour de loop here, managing to just keep the Zealot alive inside of Chojja's base and just infuriate him a little bit. Now the Hero Zealot dies, but certainly doing its job of reconnaissance there. And so basically, Reach has the left side, Chojja has the right side, and we're actually seeing this game sort of cool down a little bit. A little surprising considering how much action there was around the 20-minute mark, back and forth action. And Reach is stuck with more Zealots and Archons. I wonder where his gas is. I mean, I guess his main geysers, his first 2 geysers, are definitely depleted. His third one might be depleted, so he might not have the gas necessary to go for a lot of High Templar to supplement this army. We don't see any Dragoons anymore, of course, because there just aren't that many lurkers to warrant them. And one thing we are missing from Chojja is Defilers. I felt that Defilers would have been quite effective when he was going for those mass Zerglings, but he still has those Queens, though. Interesting enough. And Reach now has spotted the base at the lower right. He might be sending a task force over there. Looks like he's actually going to send in 1 High Templar and 1 Zealot. The Zealot to draw the fire, and the High Templar probably to storm all those drones there. He's going for the storm, and oh, nice storm there by Reach, catching probably 4 or 5 drones. Looks like this High Templar will get taken out, though. And Reach now sending this his army to the lower right here. Chojja does have a couple of Ultralisks though. Oh, a lot of Ultralisks now. Wow, Chojja has definitely woken up and he's angry now. And he's got those Ultralisks out. This reminds me a little bit of Savior versus Naura, although Naura definitely went for more of a tech build, and Savior was definitely a lot smarter than Chojja. Naura definitely had a tougher challenger than Chojja does, than Reach does right now in Chojja. Chojja really, I don't think he's played that well this game so far. Reach, I believe, hasn't been playing impeccably, to be honest, even though I am a huge fanboy of his, as you know, but he certainly played solidly and managed to come back from what I thought was certain doom. I thought this was, I don't even know what the Pimpest play was when he was losing so bad, but here is going to come an epic clash in the middle. I believe these are maxed out over Ultralisks and Zerglings versus maxed out upgraded Zealots and Archons. This is a classic Zerg versus Protoss late game here, and one Queen there, perhaps gonna get an ensnare on these on these Protoss units. I don't know. And here comes the attack. Whoa! Here comes a lot of Ultralisks, but it looks like they're gonna back off. I believe Chojja is gonna try. He's gonna want to engage on open ground, not near those cannons, of course. And a couple of lurkers coming up also. Reach getting set up for a big attack also. So both are just basically going to fight in the middle here. They're on the field of battle. This reminds me almost of those old school Revolutionary War battles where they line up their forces in line formation, tight-knit formation, and then meet in the middle of open ground. Definitely were the tactics back about 200 years ago, and it seems that both are about to be lined up here in the center. And a lot of you guys have been noting that, well, some of them, most of you guys, I guess, have said that you like my historical analogies, and I do really like making them. So when I get free time, I will perhaps make a video, even just talking about some of my favorite historical battles that I think need mentioning. Maybe I'll put up a couple of pictures from them and just give up a little history lesson that has nothing to do with StarCraft. I don't know if you guys would like that, but I definitely love military history. I'm just a huge fan of it. I play a lot of war games, actually. Well, not actually war games, not in the army or anything, but war board games and things like that. So it's definitely something I'm interested in. Anyway, so here we're seeing the large force of Chojja still trying to find a position there to attack. I think he wants Reach to move out, but Reach is not allowing him to meet him in open ground where those Zerglings can get into his flank. It really reminds me of sort of the Romans versus Barbarians, actually. This is definitely what it reminds me of, with the Romans being the Protoss units. Very strong when they're closely knit together. They're close-knit legions, but they're definitely, as the Romans were generally, they were numerically inferior to the Barbarians, and if the Barbarians managed to surround them, then there would be another Teutoburg Forest or a battle like that where the Romans would get cut off. What the Romans needed was one solid front, and oh my god, we have a Dark Archon for Reach. So, I mean, basically the Romans needed to have everything in order. Their zealots in front, their archons, I guess the heavy cavalry or the horse, or I guess, oh, a queen! 2 queens being feedback there. Nice work, but they didn't have enough energy to get killed. And of course they would need their archers in behind those lines. And they would want to march in formation because the legions were just so tough. A nice storm drop, by the way, by Reach, managing to get in there somehow. I think probably with a shuttle. And the legions would advance, you know, side by side. And the thing was, one advantage they had was that they were actually indoctrinated to kill people using stabbing motions. In fact, the barbarians would more likely slash than stab because they were not used to stabbing. It's sort of unnatural to do it, actually, to try to impale somebody. There's a very good book written by West Point commander called On Killing, which talks about this. It's a very unnatural action to actually to stab someone, to stab them, you know, to impale them, but the Romans were trained over and over again to do that to dummies, and actually they faced a huge advantage with their short swords, just going in with stabbing motions against the barbarians, who, despite how tough they were and how angry they were against the Romans, would actually go for slashing attacks. Not that effective against armor. Anyway, so Zealot now getting into Chojja's base once again. So probably just gonna run around again and just give us a little bit of a show. I'm just basically giving you guys this little history lesson because there's not much going on. Both players are basically going for one decisive battle, and I think Reach will probably be going for some spells on that Dark Archon. Of course, we know there's Mind Control, Feedback, and Maelstrom. and Maelstrom could be quite useful against this large biological army, although the Zealots would be affected also if they got caught. They are biological. And, whoa, here comes Reach going in for an attack. He's actually gotten behind the Barbarian Zergling force here, and it looks like Chojja is going to try to hold this base. This is one of the few remaining bases left in the center of the map here. Reach with a large number of Corsairs still, and another Queen going up. Oh no, this is Reach's Queen here. I believe that's Reach's Queen. No, it shouldn't be Reach's Queen actually. It's blue, so no, it is Chojja's Queen. Never mind, I thought he mind controlled a Queen there. Certainly possible, but with only one Dark Archon, he probably wants to save the energy for more worthy causes, like Maelstrom. And another Ensnare going off on Reach's forces. No idea why Chojja's choosing to get Ensnare. I mean, he hasn't even done it correctly, like in a battle. He's just